All right, this is Dr. Lee. It's April 2025 and it's early, but I'm trying to change my brake rotors. I've never done this before. I've done pads, but I'm just learning about the brake rotors. So let's see how this goes. All right, here are some of the rotors. I accidentally ordered 2 pairs, so what am I gonna do? I'm gonna try to return the others, but I don't know, the shipping cost is not gonna be small. Here's another pair of rotors. All right. Okay, so for safety, I better put my chocks on. I did turn the wheel out a little bit. Let's get these chocks in. Now the other thing is, I want to switch the passenger to the driver because wearing out the outside tire more and it tends to turn to the right. It's pretty cold out here. There's frost in the grass. All right, all we're doing is breaking this. Wow.
I watched several videos of this. There's no easy way to lift up both wheels at the same time without ramps or another jack.
I'm gonna put this in as insurance. All right, this is my insurance because I'm not smart. I don't know how to jack up both points and put the jack stands, even though I have the jack stands. So, never done rotors before, so this will be interesting. I think the hardest part is I live in the Northeast, so getting these off may be the biggest challenge. I'm gonna put Melody, there's my dog, I call her Melody, that's her name. She actually had that name already before she came to us.
So as you can see here, I'm trying to bang out these and use a tap to push out these pins. Unfortunately, the camera keeps focusing on my arm rather than the task at hand. But this is a very simple task. You just push it out and remove it. There's a lot of brake dust that's binding things up. I gotta try to release the tension and get this out. The retaining clip is important. That is pushing on the pads and keeping everything in place. And so I just gotta depress that and wiggle this pin out.
There we go. All right, here's one. Here's the spring. All right, this should come out. Let's clean. We gotta clean these. I bought this brake Caliper spreading tool. I think it's working, but I don't know if I'm using it properly because I actually don't think I'm using it properly. But whatever, it's freaking working. All I gotta do is put pressure on the 2 brake pads in order to spread them apart. So it worked. I was able to at least get this guy loose. Okay, Brembo.
Now I didn't realize I bought the wrong tool. This is a single caliper spreading piston tool. There's supposed to be a better one for the double pistons and especially for the Brembos. Please comment down below if you know what I'm supposed to buy. I never really knew what brake dust was until I realized that rotors are metal and these pads have either organic or metal compounds in them as they scrape each other.
All right, so now I gotta get the calipers off. So let's see if I can open up these 19 millimeters. There we go. I felt it move. That's good. All right. Okay, I broke it. That's good. Oh, fuck. I can't transmit the torque. There we go. All right, let's try this. Take 2. Slowly free this from the... Just wants to.
Now I'm being really cautious here because I don't want to break my brake lines. So I'm just slowly trying to wiggle this free.
Nothing. I think you can just... Okay. Now, I'm I'm going to use this hook to go into the bolt hole. And then I'll use this hook to get it out of the way. Okay. That is now out of the way. So this is the next tool that I bought. This is like Japanese spec for this one stupid torque, because this gets stripped so much. This is specifically what they recommend. I didn't think I had the PB blaster, but I do. God, that sucks.
So I noticed with all that banging, the Brembo brakes were getting scratched by the rotor, so I put some blue painter's tape. I was able to get that screw out easily.
Oh, that freaking worked. That was easy. All right. Hallelujah. Wow, look at the rust on this guy. This is New England. Damn, that sucks. Look at the rust on the drilled holes. What the hell? Oh my freaking God. This looks terrible. Huh. Wow. I'm not impressed. All right, let's wire brush this a little bit. Yeah, it's definitely high spots there. Well, I'm glad I didn't need a lot of force to take this out. I could just do it like this. It's like, it's kind of terrible in a way, right? People don't go to trade school anymore because it's perceived as less desirable than going to college. But then you're stuck in an office all day. And I think it's normal. We want to do things with our life. I loved being a surgeon. I love the excitement of doing stuff, being out there. I don't know. I found my calling. I'm lucky. I hope everybody can find their calling. I hope my son can find his calling. It's not easy. This next part I think is a little bit debatable. I'm going to put copper anti-seize. I bought this stuff, so I watched Chris fix it, I think he was the one who recommended it. So I think they say in the Northeast, if you just don't want to have to fight your rotors in the future. Now mine came off pretty easily, so.
Putting this anti-seize seems to be something on the order of an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Better to prevent this problem in the future than having to deal with it later, which is getting the rotors off.
This is the old rotor. Look at all that freaking disgustingness. I just want to photograph it next to the new rotor before I clean this damn thing. All right, let's clean the new ones first because God, I don't know if this is the right. I want to compare that.
I thought the old rotors would be narrower. There would be so much wear on the rotors themselves, but
It's just rust. It's a lot of rust. Oh shit. Impact. Say you don't need to put this back on, but it just holds the rotors in place.
I think once I learn how to do the brake lines themselves, then I'll be less cautious, or I'll be more understanding of how much I can move this thing. But since I don't, I'm being really cautious.
Gentle. There we go. Gentle. Okay, perfect. Now, I see blue Loctite on this. So I guess I'll put Loctite on it. I mean, on the, I see blue Loctite on it. So whoever did this before put that on here. So this one's going to get no problem. Good. It's I'm going to use my torque wrench. All right, let's try to torque this down to 103. Okay, good. I got final torque on that one. Okay. All right, good. I got the torque done. All right. Well, I don't have the new brake pads, so
my new brake pads have not arrived, and I'm still waiting for them. So temporarily, I'm just going to reinstall the current Brembo brake pads. They're about 40% left.
Well, there you go.
Because NJMP Thunderbolt is clockwise, I wanted to rotate my right and left.
All right, that one took quite too much time. Now I gotta get moving. Gotta get this one done faster because I gotta get to work. Get it done.
This locking JIS screw from Honda did not come out as easily, even using the tool. I ultimately had to get an impact driver.
I was talking about why we use anti-seize, and part of the reason in the Northeast is that you want to set yourself up for success later in replacing this, especially if I'm doing it again. So we want to do that. Makes sense.
I put the camera on the inside of the wheel well, and this way you can actually see the 19mm bolts and how I'm just tightening it. Here's just preliminary tightening, but ultimately, of course, I'm going to use the torque wrench.
Okay, good.
All right, finishing up, but now I got to clean up and I got to go to work, and the pads hopefully will come in before tech inspection.
Good morning. It's April 2025. It's rainy, but today's tech inspection day for RTR-PCA, so I need to get the new pads in. When I was here the other day or working on the rotors, I didn't have my pads, but I just wanted to get it done because I just wanted to do a pad swap. This is only my second ever track event. I've not actually done this before. Last time I took it to the Honda dealer, so this is gonna be a little bit different. Just did this. Doing it again.
So it's here where I have to really thank Myron Lissing, who is the endless dealer near me. He taught me a lot about brakes, brake pads, and he convinced me to buy these rotors, these pads, and I'm looking forward to it. Not only that, he met me at the Home Depot in between where we live, and he hand-delivered these.
Let's do the unboxing here. Ooh, wow. Look at that. Blue. And actually, let's compare the meat on this.
I find pushing the pistons back to be the hardest part of this process. I think I need a better tool. The one I bought doesn't work, and just pushing back and forth with your fingers and using the old brake pads, it works, but there's got to be a better way. Now I have to say the color contrast between the blue brake pads and the red Brembo calipers looks fantastic. Obviously, the most important thing is how's their bite, how's their grip, how is it going to stop my vehicle, and then of course the heating concerns.
All right, well, I've now got to test the brakes, so I have no idea what's going to happen here. A little bit nervous because I've never done rotors and pads as well, so got a little bit of work to do here. So let me see, I got my e-brake on, so let me shut that off. And then I'm in neutral. I'm already, oh wow. I'm pumping the brakes. It's very soft, like they're not returning. Huh. The brakes feel very strange. Like I'm pushing on it and there's nothing. I'm gonna just go forward and then pump it. Oh, well, the brakes stopped. So let me just go in rear and then press the brake. Okay, the brakes are working. I'm just gonna go forward, brake. Oh, it stops nicely. Brake. Brake. Right, I'm gonna just go around, lock, and stop. Seems to be working. So let's go a little bit faster. Go second gear. First, second, neutral.
As best as I can tell, everything's working fine. I was able to drive up to Porsche Lehigh Valley, and tech inspection went great. Got to see all these other cars. My car's flying colors. I'm ready.